Looks like I'm live. Well, it was a last minute decision to do a live stream tonight. And I know it's, if you're in there, pop in, say hi, 5:55 p.m. Pacific time. And beautiful day here on Salt Spring Island today. Current temperature here is 1.2 degrees Celsius. We never even got below freezing this morning. I had a craving for black licorice. I see two people in there. So people have been asking me. No, one guy said, you should protect your cordy lines. They're going to freeze. I don't know what people are seeing on the Weather Channel, but Benjamin, it's not that cold here. We're still above freezing. We haven't been below freezing. It is currently 1.2 degrees Celsius here. The Gulf Islands, I don't know what weather forecast you guys look at for us, but I look at the Southern Gulf Island weather forecast, Environment Canada only. And you have to give or take temperatures. So if it says low temperature of -6 degrees Celsius, that's the colder spots of Salt Spring Island. Okay. And where we are, it may not even get to that. The comment said it was good. Yeah. I've never seen -10 degrees Celsius here in my life. I bet you the low temperature here will be probably, I'm going to guess, probably 22 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm guessing. No, my weather's channel, my weather station. Here, I'm going to go find Environment Canada. You have to look at the Environment Canada Southern Gulf Island forecast. That's the only one you look at. There it is. Okay. I'm going to put the link on here for you so you can see it. Maybe in the colder zone 8 area, zone 8A areas of Salt Spring Island, it might hit -6 or 10 degrees Celsius. There's some areas on Salt Spring Island that may not even get below -3 or 4 degrees Celsius. There's big cordy lines on Salt Spring Island. Some of them with trunks this thick, just about at the base 2 feet across. Been there for years. I don't know. Livistone is up close to the house. It's never bothered our, it's never ever damaged our Chamaedorea radicalis. It's been outside since 1997. I've never ever seen it damaged. And you have to remember, a lot of the eucalyptus trees we grow are more tender than the palm trees we grow, and they do fine. Okay, so, copy. This is for you, Benjamin, right here. This is the forecast you need to use when you're looking at the Gulf Islands. It's right there. Right? Yeah, lots of cordy lines in Ireland. Tons of them. I've got write-ups on them from decades ago in my Hardy Palm International journals. Some of them in Ireland over 100 years old. Lots of big ones here on our coast too, especially on the west coast of Vancouver Island. But on the Gulf Islands, and you get into Victoria, there's some pretty good-sized cordy lines. So like I say, current temperature here is 1.2 degrees Celsius. All right. The high temperature here today got up to around 3.8 degrees Celsius. Sabelisa seeds, it really depends on how fresh they are and the heat. They like heat. So if you have heat on them, they're going to germinate faster. But generally, I find sable seeds a little slower to germinate. But, you know, with heat, I've had them pop in just over a month in the baggy method, you know. So keep them really warm. And I mean, those ones you might want to throw in the water overnight, let them soak. Their Sabelisa is a good one. Nice, hardy palm. I think for zone 8 areas, probably work really well. And not common either. Sabelisa. I shot a video of Sable Rosii today in town. It's doing really well. Been there for 24 years now. Yeah, you could, but gradually, I wouldn't take them right out of the house in the heat and put them out into cold. It's kind of like, don't put them out in full sun either. Once you grow stuff from seed and it's in less sun and you put it out to more sun, you can burn them. So you got to acclimatize them. That's what you got to do. Anyway, hope you're having good weather there. I know it's pretty cold in a lot of places across Canada right now. Edmonton yesterday, I think, was -36 or something like that. It was just absolutely insane. And he went up to Scotty's place today. Buddy Scotty just moved in behind us here, and he was ripping out all the boxwoods. So we went up there and loaded up the truck with boxwoods because Wendy loves boxwoods. So Scotty, my buddy, rips out the boxwoods, and he's planting more palm trees. He's got tons of palm trees to plant. But where he's ripped out the boxwood, he's replaced them with some nice Trachycarpus palms, and they look really, really nice in there. And I told him to put in a tree fern too. So I think he's going to be putting in a tree fern in the spring too. So lots of bananas there too. Bananas look just absolutely awesome. So I'll let you know our banana leaves are still perfectly green here and they have not froze. Hey, how's it going? Palms USA. It's a last minute live stream. I just said to Wendy, you know what? I think I'm just going to do a live stream. So yeah, I know a lot of people are freaking out there and they says, man, it's really cold out there. So if you're looking at the Weather Network or the Weather Channel, those guys probably have their head in the glue bag when they're posting temperatures about Salt Spring Island. It is currently 1.2 degrees Celsius here. So it's cool. It's clear. It's calm. There's no wind. And the low temperature was just a hair above freezing. It was 0.1 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Oh, you got a lady palm. Awesome. Cool. I like lady palms. I had one outside here for about 5 years. You know that? And you know what got it? It was the summertime. We went away to Hawaii for a few weeks and it didn't get watered and it dried up. It was up against the back of the house in some pretty poor rocky soil. So I think I'm going to try one again. 12 Fahrenheit. Okay, so 12 Fahrenheit is about minus 11, I think, something like that, Celsius. So hopefully there's no wind with that, right? Hopefully there's no wind with the 12. It was absolutely, I worked outside all day today. It was absolutely beautiful. And then I went in and worked. I worked on the park benches outside, put them through the planer. One of the guys I work with, and we're working outside in the sun. It was absolutely beautiful. It was calm. Birds are chirping. It was really a nice day here. Do you think the lady palm could survive in protecting Columbia? I think so. I bet you it could. They're pretty hardy plants. I think they're hardy down to around 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Columbia, South Carolina, in a sheltered spot. I wouldn't doubt it. There's probably some growing there already. I bet you there is, You look around, I bet you definitely see some lady palms growing there. 5 Fahrenheit here. 5 Fahrenheit, so that's minus 15 degrees Celsius in Quebec. That's the all-time low record on Salt Spring Island, 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And that happened in late December 1968. In January 1950, there was a big gap between it, but it's never happened since. In southeastern facing palms, lady palms are very beautiful. Yeah, and they're expensive too. They are. I had indoor ones too, and the sad thing that happened to those, they actually also dried out too. When we went to Hawaii, I had a guy come and look after the indoor plants, not the outdoor ones, and he didn't water them up and they died. Joe, do you know a Jonathan Bittinger? Yeah, I do, because about a month or so ago, 2 months ago, a lady contacted me and she said her son's name was Jonathan Bittinger and it was her birthday. He follows me on YouTube. Could you please send a photo, autograph photo of yourself to Jonathan Bittinger? And I said, yeah, sure. So I did. So that's the only way I know Jonathan Bittinger. And I do see him post on here too. And yeah, he posts on here on the YouTube. He comments sometimes. I think he lives in Ohio. I think that's what the address was. It was in Ohio for sure. How do you know Jonathan Bittinger, Palms USA? Are you friends with him? I think he's he's a kid. I don't think he's very old. I'm guessing he's probably maybe 10 years old or something. Yeah, the lady messaged me on my Banana Joe like page on Facebook. And she says, would you do that? I says, yeah, I'll do that for him for sure. I was on the phone for a while. The person who trolled you and he said it was his friend Jonathan Bittinger who said those. Really? No way. Isn't that funny? Because the weird thing, because when that troll phoned me, that name came up too, Jonathan Bittinger. But there is actually, so I'm wondering if they're actually using that kid's name and it's not really the Jonathan Bittinger. You know what I mean? Because the mom that contacted me seemed totally normal. I looked at her profile and everything. So I'm wondering if they're actually just using his name to make him look bad. That's what I was thinking. Hello, Sam. Sam, I am. Hey, Camel. Yeah, when I did that video today, Camel, on the sable rosy eye, I was totally thinking Cassarium. In my mind, I was thinking Cassarium, and I know sable rosy eye is not native to Puerto Rico, but I mentioned Puerto Rico, and then I thought about it after. It's like, no, it's sable Cassarium that's native to Puerto Rico. My sable seeds finally sprouted. Cool. Right on. That's pretty exciting. It's so cool to grow your own stuff from seed. It's actually really rewarding, especially in a few years when you start to see them put on some size, right? I mean, I'll never see my Jubea chilensis get that big because I'm already getting pretty old, but it's actually looking pretty nice already after 17 years. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know the guy, he said he was Jonathan Bittinger, and he said he called him to solve the mystery. He said his name is Brian Lee. Oh, yeah, yeah. That was a name that came up too, Palms USA. That guy as well. Brian Lowry. That was a while. They never phoned here again. I phoned them right back, and I do have their number and I do have their address too. So, you know what I mean? And I do have friends in the States that could make their life miserable if they do bother me. So I'm not really worried about it. If they want to make my life, try to make my life miserable, I'll make their life more miserable. Um, yeah. Enjoying the snow. Oh, hey, Logan, did you get the package I sent you? Enjoying the snow. Cincinnati got 10 inches. Wow, 10 inches. Well, it could be worse, Sam. It could be worse. We have nothing here. It's absolutely beautiful out. It's crystal clear sky here on Salt Spring Island, and it is 1.2 degrees Celsius. That's what it is. 1.2. Heard about that's yeah. It was a beautiful day here today, and like I say, banana leaves are still green. They're not even frosted yet. Man, things take a long time, Logan. I cannot believe it. It's just, you know what it is? It's because of, you know, what's going on in the world, and everything's just taking longer to get to because it's mailed to you. It's in the mail, so it'll get you. So just be patient. You left his phone number up. You left his phone number after we told you, wrote it down and gave it. Yep. You left his phone number after he trolled you, and I wrote it down and gave it. He finally picked up. Oh, cool. That's interesting. Yeah, I called them right back twice too. My Sable. I don't know. I mean, is he an okay guy? Palms USA. What's he like? Trolls kind of get on my nerves. You know what I mean? They don't have a purpose here. They're just kind of a waste of time. My Sable Lisa seeds are coming in about a month. Oh, cool. And free shipping bonus. Even better, Benjamin. You gotta like that. Yeah. So what's he like, Palms USA? Is he an okay dude or what? Since you talked to him on the phone, I heard the name come up on the phone, and I heard Brian Lowry on the phone too. And they says, "You better not unblock my friend Brian Lowry or something like that, or Jotten Bitger, or we're going to phone you every day." And that's when I phoned them right back. And then I actually started making their life more miserable. So then they don't call here anymore. He said his friend Jonathan Bitger stole his phone and called you and trolled you. He said he's 11. Jonathan just talked to me. Oh, isn't that interesting? Eh? Yeah, they phoned me late at night, and I got really upset. I get really mad when people wake me up when I'm sleeping. When I'm sleeping and the phone rings and somebody wakes me up, I get really pissed off. We're supposed to get an ice storm, possible ice. Whoa. Hopefully not, Logan. You should try growing pineapple guava. Yeah, we have it here, Camel. We got one in our garden. There's lots of them on Salt Spring Island, Fijoa, Selawiana. They're fully hardy here on our coast, eh? Yeah, we got one. I had it at the front of the house, and I moved to the back of the house a few years ago. He said it was his friend Jonathan. That is the jerk. Oh, that he said his friend Jonathan. That isn't that right? Eh, that's interesting. Interesting, because I send this Jonathan's a picture that his mom requested, and that is really interesting. But they're $25 Canadian. That's up there. Pineapple guavas are nice potted plants. Yeah, they grow big here. There's some big ones on Salt Spring. The flowers are really awesome too, and the flowers are edible. But I think you need a male and a female if you want to get more fruit. You need two of them, right? That's the thing. You need two plants. I heard there was a mango tree hardy to 25. Yeah, there's supposed to be a hardier one, but it'll never work here. Joe, the place I got the lady palm, smallish washi, 250 lady. Oh, that's pretty good for the lady palm. Wow. I have lots of washies, eh? Like I have some pretty big ones. I've grown them all from seed. So how cold is it looking for Salt Spring? I'm going to say here we probably get down to about -4 degrees Celsius, something like that. Colder areas, I would say probably -6 to 10 in the colder growing zones. But at this end of the island, we didn't even go below freezing. Even this morning, it was above freezing. So it just depends where you are, Sam. Salt Spring Island's pretty big. It's just about 17 miles long. And like I said, it's mountainous and hilly from one end to the other. There's valleys, there's elevation. So, yeah, we probably get, I'm going to guess maybe -4 to -5 degrees Celsius at the worst here at this end of the island. I know the climate here well. I've been gardening at this location for 3 decades. So I can tell when it's going to get really cold or not. And I don't think this is going to be a bad one at all. Maybe in Tofino with protection. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Logan. Should I go about planting the wind ball? Do the baggy method. I'll send you a video. When you get them, you let me know, and I will send you a video how to germinate them easily. I like sagos or zone 9. Yeah, we have sagos outside here. They're fine. They're sitting in front of the B&B. They never come in. Yeah. Joe, if you win the lottery, ship a 20-foot sable, please. Joe, if you win the lottery. Yeah, I would. That'd be cool. Sam, I'd love a big sable palmetto. It'd be fully hardy here. They are hardy here. I do have videos of them on my YouTube channel if you want to see sables growing on our coast. Sagos are hardy. Yeah, not in Canada. They're not, though, Benjamin. Trust me. They are a long-term Zone 9A plant in Canada. They will freeze. They'll never make it in Zone 7B anywhere in Canada. I've tried them in 8A and they froze. Send me a baggy method for. Yeah, okay, I will. You know what, Benjamin? Go to Wendy's YouTube channel, Gulf Island Rock. Southern 7B, yeah, it will work. Benjamin, go to Wendy's YouTube channel, Gulf Island Rock, and just search baggy method. That's all you do is just baggy method, and it'll come up. Imagine if people could deliver full grown. Yeah, you know what? If you had enough money, imagine the guy that owns Amazon that's got worth billions and billions and billions. When you got that much money, you could probably get stuff imported, full size, 800-year-old Jubea chilensis palms from Chile delivered to your house. I mean, if I had that much money, I would. It'd be awesome. I'd buy all my friends big palm trees. One of my date seedling starters. Oh, cool. Sprouting the stem. That's pretty exciting. That is exciting, Camel. Didn't Jeff Bezos resign? Oh, yeah, he did resign, but he's still worth billions, isn't he? Isn't that guy? I think the richest guy is the guy that owns the car company, right? Tesla. He's the richest guy, isn't he? They delivered out sables, so it is. Yeah, they do. Well, there's a big one growing in front of the Empress Hotel in Victoria. It's got 10 feet of trunk on it. Remember the wax palm? Yeah, it's 200 feet tall. So, but you know what? If you got billions, you could afford to get that delivered because you'd get it delivered in your own jet, right? Your own cargo plane full of palms. Joe, do you know where any of native cactus? Yeah, you know what? It's hard to get to because a lot of it is off private gardens on the west side of the island, and it is just tricky to get to unless you go through private property. And I got photos of it. I've got photos of the native cactus. I mean, I can post them on my People Who Love Palm Trees if you want. But back then, I wasn't shooting YouTube videos. The last time I went out and collected native cactus would have been maybe 15 years ago, something like that. And I went over to Clamshell Island. I got dropped off on a boat. So it's on Long, right within Salt Spring Island. It's this little island in Long Harbor. It's completely covered in cactus. The guy down the road had tons of it at his property, but he sold the place years ago and it was solid cactus. So I took pictures of it there. But it does grow wild on the southwest slopes, rocky slopes near the ocean here, along with lots of succulents. We have Sedum spathifolium, which covers the rocks, and also another sedum, but I'm not sure the name of it. Or get delivered tied in a private jet. If you had that much money, Benjamin, you could get anything you delivered you want. I would never buy it. They are endangered. Monkey trees are too. But you know what? There are some growing in palms. There are some growing in Ruckle Park. I just have to find it there. They're in certain areas in Ruckle Park on the south end too. I mean, there's a lot of areas that have native cactus here. So next time I come across one, I'll shoot a video when I come across some stuff growing in the wild. I was going to say that it would have to be delivered. Yeah, via air in a big freaking cargo plane. I'd buy a king palm. King palm, yeah. Arcanto Phoenix, Cunninghamiana, right? I think they're native to Australia, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. King palm is native to Australia. So anyway, I was up at Scott's place earlier when I got home from work. I just finished working out. And Wendy says, we got to go up to Scott and Susie's place. They're our neighbors now. Scotty moved here from Tsawwassen, palmy Tsawwassen, south of Vancouver. Streets lined with palm trees in Tsawwassen. The whole town is full of palm trees. It's a seaside community about 15, 20 miles south of Vancouver, or 15 miles maybe south of Vancouver. And so we went up to his place and he had ripped most of the boxwoods out and he's planting more palm trees. Lots of palm trees Scotty is putting in. And I told him he should maybe put in a tree fern, so he's going to get a tree fern too. Hey, palmy pals in there. Didn't you see a queen palm, Colombia? You know where I saw queen palms down in Oregon coast. They grow queen palms, Cyprus romans-ophiana. And Crisfield is an amazing microclimate, south-facing peninsula, Spanish moss. Now, where is that? Where's Crisfield? Is that in South Carolina? Spanish moss does grow here in the North Pacific too. Dave Alvarez has it growing in Seattle, just south of here. Seattle's not that far south of these Southern Gulf Islands, right? So 103 miles as the crow flies. I had a Spanish moss for 4 years. Yeah, it's pretty tough, New Jersey palms. Oh, and Maryland. Wow, cool. Yeah, there was one at St. Solomon's Island in Maryland, nice tracky, but I heard it finally died. State of Maryland, Eastern Shore of Chesapeake Bay. Cool. Got damage bit from 3 Fahrenheit. Interesting. How have you been, Joe? It's been a minute. Keep missing your line. Yeah, this was a last minute one there, Palmy Pal. I wasn't even planning on doing a live stream, and Wendy's watching her show down there on Netflix, and I says, you know what, I'm just going to go do a live stream. And I got 2 computers set up here. They're just 2 laptops. So I got my Banana JSSI one turned off. I just uploaded a few videos, and I started uploading a video on this one, but it's messing up her TV. So I said, you know, I'm going to do a live stream. And it seems to be working okay so far. I haven't cut out yet. So anyway, good to see all of you guys in there. And I know some of you guys are having good weather. I know some of you guys are having cold weather. The Polar Express is supposed to be here, and it is on the mainland right now. The Polar Express is deep freezing a lot of parts of the mainland right now, but we're not in a deep freeze yet on the Southern Gulf Islands. A lot of times it hits us last, and it never really gets as bad here in the Gulf Islands. So if you're looking at temperatures for the Southern Gulf Islands, you have to use the Environment Canada forecast, okay? Environment Canada 7-day Southern Gulf Island forecast. That's the one that's most accurate here. And I always remember, give or take 2 or 3 degrees or more, when it says a minimum temperature, an absolute minimum -6, well, give or take. It could be -4, it could be -3, it could be -10. It just depends on location here. Yeah, we got lots of camellias, New Jersey palms. Wendy has so many camellias in this garden, and they're all budded up and ready to pop open, but they are blooming. Other species are blooming in other areas of the island right now. The low for Saturday, Logan says, -1. Woo! Wow. Crazy. That's cold. Palmy, let's see who else is in here. There's a lot of people in here today. This is good. How do you even know I'm live streaming? Does it kind of come up on your, how do you know? Does a little notification come up or something? Because it's good to see you guys in there. Joe, you should try Spanish. Yeah, I should. I don't know where to get it though. But you know, Palms USA, there's this plant that actually grows on the trees here called witch's broom. And it looks like Spanish moss. Like it's really long and it hangs in trees. I've got videos of it here. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like this northern Spanish moss, right? Camellias are some of my, I love, yeah, they are good. They're very common landscape plant here in New Jersey, but they are nice plants. I like them. I was in my side. Oh, okay. It was in my, okay, cool. Thanks, Logan. Try Spanish moss. I'm just reading your comments. I saw lots of trees in Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, that's cool. If I was down there, I'd take some, but they probably bust me at the border. I have notifications turned on. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, I was wondering how you guys knew. That's awesome, because I mean, this is like my other channel, and I do put a video here. I try to put one on every day, but my main channel is Banana J SSI. Benjamin, do you think sable pimento can survive unprotected? I would say I don't know if sable pimento could survive there long term, maybe short term, but I think Virginia Beach is probably it. I'm guessing. Does anybody know of any sable pimentos? Because Maryland is north of Virginia Beach, correct? Does anybody know of any unprotected long-term sable pimentos north of Virginia Beach? Mount Holly. I've grown Mount Holly sable pimento. I think I have some in the greenhouse. I bet as very sure would have a good chance. Crisfield winter, certainly milder. Yeah, I wonder. It'd be interesting. So maybe there are some pimento there. But would it be? This is random, but it will be 5 years this year. Prince died 5 years ago? How long since Michael Jackson? I bet you Michael Jackson died just about 10 years ago. Isn't that crazy?
I think Michael Jackson died, longer, at least 5 years before. I know one in North VA, one, I know of one north of VA Beach. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, the one on Salt Spring Island, Sam, is actually a sable rosii. Sable Charles has a few palmetto. Cape Charles, the Butea thrive. Cool. Be all right. Sable palmetto and Riverside growing for unprotected at home. Oh, cool. I grew sable Riverside, and it is a tough palm. Michael Jackson, 12 years. You're kidding. 2009. That's insane. That's hard to believe. I remember when Elvis died. Elvis Presley, the king. I remember exactly what I was doing. August 16th, 1977. I was 13 years old. I was sitting out on the front lawn with my friend, my sister. And we're kind of having this little picnic, right? And mom brought us out a bunch of food to eat. And then she went back in the house and she put her head out the window and she says, "Oh, Elvis Presley just died." I was like, "What?" So I remember exactly when that happened. I have like 50 viable date seeds. Cool. Yeah, those are great. I get those when I'm a big, he was a good dancer, wasn't he, Logan? The moonwalk. I get those seeds, Camel, when I buy the big dates and I take the seeds out of them, man. They're good and they all grow too. Cape Charles is extreme northern limit for now. Interesting. It's amazing where palm trees grow, right? And there's a lot of people that scoff at the idea. My nan and papa got to see Elvis and Carter. Wow, no way. So that was 1977. I was, like I said, I was 13 years old when he died. So he would have been 80. He would have been 80, 86. I think Elvis would have been 86 this year or something like that. Lots of palms in Cape Charles. Cool. Cape Charles sounds like a cool place. New Jersey palms. Where in Palm Talk? New Jersey palm. Where? In Facebook. There's another thing called MeWe. Do you guys know about MeWe? And I do post on MeWe as well. I'm going to post some more pictures on there. I actually have palm groups in MeWe, and MeWe is like Facebook, except there's none of the BS in there. So there's no commercials and there's no censorship. So you can post whatever you want and you can say whatever you want, and no Facebook police or MeWe police, whatever, are going to come and take your post down and put you in MeWe jail like Facebook does. I've been booted off of Facebook a few times over the years, and it's kind of annoying. I have authentic MG. You have one, eh? Cool. That is awesome. Autograph. My sister had Ozzy's autograph because she met him in Vancouver one time when he was doing a show here, and then he went to the record store before that and did an autograph signing thing. But that was a long time ago. She's probably lost it. I have Joe Keithley's autograph, the lead singer of DOA. Dead on Arrival, right? I got him to sign. Wendy got him to sign. I got the poster right on my wall here. Wendy got him to sign her poster. We saw them in concert here. It's a punk rock band. Winterize. Keep that thing, Logan. It's going to be worth a lot of money. I'll have to look for some wild palms when I go over the Outer Banks. Yes, sable miner. Wild sable miner would be awesome. Used to be a long-term unprotected track at War Memorial in downtown Trenton, New Jersey, but it died. There was a row of them, Palms USA, that a guy used to post on the Hardy Palm and Subtropical board growing against a wall. And they're going against this brick wall. And, they actually got to a pretty good size. I don't know if they're still there, though. I don't know. Maybe the polar vortex might have nuked them. No native in Outer Banks, but just a miner. There are sable miner and sable palmetto. What's the northernmost limit for sable palmetto in North Carolina? Is it Mount Holly? I got some from Elizabeth City too. I've grown a lot. It is so sad because he was such. Yeah, he did. It is sad. I mean, and he wasn't really that old either. So it's kind of a bummer. I mean, when any young person passes away, right? It's a drag. What do you think about coconuts in the Mediterranean? The close coconuts region grow in Jed's, Red Sea. I don't think they'd ever grow in Italy or anything where my relatives come from. But other areas down there, maybe, out in the island of Madeira, they might work off of Portugal. Martin Savage, hi, Joe. Never heard of a Facebook-like site you mentioned. How would you find that? Maybe add. It's called MeWe, MEWE, MeWe. Just look it up. Go MeWe, and then you have to start an account, and then you go look for people who love palm trees,
and Exotica, and I have that group in there. I've started palm groups in there, and there are members on it now. So there's a lot of people that are kind of getting sick of Facebook. I'm not ever going to leave Facebook, but I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff on MeWe as well. The very best microclimate, 7B, Sable, Louisiana. Yep. How about off of Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket? Coconut palms are a torture. I'll never grow another coconut palm again here. They're a waste of time. Coconut palms are very finicky, okay? And the thing with coconut palms, they like high humidity, high heat, and lots of sunshine. And I can't provide that with them for them. I can provide them with the sunshine, but not the high heat and humidity all the time. With warming climate, they'll probably grow in the mountains soon. I wouldn't doubt it. I wonder if they could grow in Malta or Gibraltar. You think? I wonder. The large truckee are not alive at the large truck are not alive at the palm ranch. If you left, oh, that's too bad, eh? So they did die, New Jersey palms. That's sad. I remember watching those things grow over the years. I used to post pictures of them. There's some in Charlotte. Cool. Camel. Tyrone near Asheville can grow sable palmetto. Large trackies. There are two. Yeah, you know what? I bought the last one at Home Depot, and I should have listened to Wendy. She says, "Don't buy that coconut palm." I bought it, and it ended up dying. Logan, even if you grow a coconut, you still have to worry about that. Yeah, exactly. I live right near the Charlotte. Oh, cool. And that's true. The height, if it gets too big, it's kind of like Logan. It's no different than somebody trying to grow Washingtonia robusta in a really cold climate. Okay, because there's going to come a time where you're going to actually have to let that palm freeze to death, and that's just reality. I'm sorry, but it's the truth, and that's what Tom Kelly had to do in St. Louis, Missouri, Zone 6B, 45 to 50 foot tall Washingtonia robusta, planted them decades ago. They grew massive. He scaffolded them in, put heat with them every year, and it just got too out of hand and too big and too much work, too much money to protect. So he had to let them freeze, and that was probably the saddest day of his life, having to get someone to cut those dead 50-foot tall Washingtonia's robusta palms down. Yeah, and a lot of his other stuff too. He had Syagris palms, huge ones, date palms, and pretty much all of his yard had to get cut down because it froze. You had to let it freeze, right, eventually. So unless you plant one per year. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Gibraltar must have a great micro, probably zone 11. Yeah, it might be. It might be. Come down to Fort South Carolina, sables thrive here. Yeah, they're weeds there. Anywhere in South Carolina, they would be weeds. That's like trackies up here. They're everywhere. This is Trachycarpus country, the North Pacific. Seriously, you're going to see probably the nicest Trachycarpus palms are in the North Pacific, besides their native habitat in China. But there's some beautiful, gorgeous specimens of Trachycarpus you'll see here with nice thick crowns and 30 feet of trunk on them, right? There's some big ones all over the place. Daphne odora should be blooming. Yeah, they are starting to bloom here. We have wild Daphne that grows all over the island here. People hate it. It's called Daphne laureola, spurge laurel. Wendy likes it. We have it growing on our property wild. Daphne laureola. Look that one up, spurge laurel. And it gets white flowers on it. And yeah, Wendy's got a lot of Daphnes in the garden. Eastern Ireland is cordyline. It is. And so is here on the west coast of Canada. West coast of Canada and Oregon and the Washington coast is cordyline country. There are cordylines everywhere here. Yeah, it's just hard to find wild palms here in Charlotte. Yeah, there's no wild palms here except the ones I spread in the forest. So when it gets really cold out, if we get as cold as they say it does, I'm going to go down into the ravine and I'm going to shoot a video for you guys of the Swampsonii so you can see what they look like on the coldest day of the year. What's the group name of my group on MeWe? It's called People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotica. I think that's what I named it. So, and you can see me on MeWe on Banana Joe. I think I have two different accounts on MeWe because on this computer, I tried to log in and I couldn't log in. It's weird. So I started another account. So I have two MeWe accounts, but the same name, Banana Joe, Salt Spring Island, and one of them is Banana Joe Clementi. So I'm on there and the group is People Who Love Palm Trees and it'll be under green. I think one of the things is called green. Instead of gardening, it said green. So look it up and you'll see it in there. Swampsonii is awesome. They're thriving down there, man. And it's pretty rare that the ground ever freezes here. So anyway, they should do fine. Let's just see. If a palm gets too big to protect those in it. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, if they want it, right? Benjamin.
Most of the palms that grew wild in Charlotte area were cut down. Oh, that's terrible, eh? Isn't that sad when they do stuff like that, Camel? Isn't that awful? That is really, really sad. So anyway, I'm looking, as much as I don't like winter, I do love these days. Like I loved working outside today in the sunshine. It was absolutely gorgeous, man. Like I said, it was calm. I didn't feel cold. The air was really dry today, really low humidity today. And it was just a really nice day working in the sun today. I enjoyed it. I'd rather work in that than the rain any day. You need to show your hot. Oh man, I should do a video of that sometime. Okay, maybe this weekend I'll go down into the bowels of our house, into the basement, and it's not just Hot Wheels, it's all different dinky cars. Like it's Matchbox and it's other ones, and a lot of them are still in the package. And a lot of my really old ones, of course, are not in the package. But anyway, I could do a video on. I'll post it on this channel because this channel's more random, right? And I could do a video on the dinky cars because I'm a collector. I collect a lot of stuff. Some people might think it's junk, but that's what I am. And somebody says, "Well, I'm not a hoarder. Everything I have is organized. I can find everything, right? But I collect a lot of stuff, like baseball cards and hockey cards and this and that. And I have it. Benjamin's going, yeah, because it's really late where Benjamin is, right? It's 9:30. So see you later, Benjamin. Have a good night. Stay warm out there. Do not freeze. Yeah, I like collecting stuff. And some people are minimalists. I'm not a minimalist. Like my albums, I got about 700 LPs here. I love albums. Comics, I got lots of comics. Uh, just really wild stuff, and I always find that stuff interesting, right? So, okay, I'll do that. I'll have to get a video. Oh, there's Jane in there. Hi, Jane. Aloha. Jane had down to 60 degrees. Did you say it was 60 degrees the other day in Hawaii this morning? Did I see that correct, Jane? I think Jane said it was 60 degrees, 60, which is 15 degrees Celsius, which is actually pretty cold for Hawaii because, when I'm in Hawaii and it gets down into the upper 60s, people are wearing sweatshirts there. Look at those Hot Wheels. There are some worth 100. Yeah, well, you know what, Logan? I got a lot of Matchbox too. I'm talking, these ones are from the late 60s, right? 1960s. I collected them when I was a little kid and then through the 70s and stuff too. But I will do that. I think that's good. I don't know if I've ever done a video on my dinky car collection. And I mean, I could put it here, or maybe Wendy could shoot it and put it on her channel. So put it this way: if it's not here, it could be on Wendy's channel too. 61 degree. That is pretty cool, Jane, for Kapahulu. I'm quite surprised. Wow. Jane was all dressed up. She probably had a winter parka on. We got about 67 today. Everyone's wearing t-shirts and shorts. Yeah, cool. See, 67 is nice, and that's a latitude thing. When you're that latitude, it's beautiful. Can't wait to see. Yeah, well, you'll enjoy it because I have a lot of dinky cars and some pretty cool ones too. Everyone wears shorts regardless of the weather. Yeah, here people wear shorts. There are people here that wear shorts year round. I used to be one of them, Camel, and it was probably about a decade ago that I stopped wearing them just because my knees started to ache in the cooler weather. But there are people here that wear shorts year round. It's uncommon for coast to be in the low 60s. Yeah, it is very rare for Hawaii to be in the low 60s. And the Hawaiians must have been freezing, and Jane would have been freezing. I mean, come on, Jane, you know it. You're used to the warm temperature. 60 degrees Fahrenheit is pretty cold for Hawaii, unless, of course, you're upcountry. If you're upcountry on Maui or on the Big Island, then 60s really you're gonna experience that. If the ice age happened again, our palm trees wouldn't be very happy, Logan. And matter of fact, if I didn't protect them, they'd probably all be dead. And I'm going to tell you guys one thing here. I mean, it's funny. People message me and people say things to me, even in the street. Well, you better wrap up all your palm trees. I've never protected a palm tree. I've never protected a Trachycarpus palm tree here yet. And I've been growing them here since 1989. And I can tell you one thing. This is the truth. I've never lost one from cold, and I've never had them winter damaged here. Okay. So there you go. So I'm not worried about it, but I know a lot of people on the mainland, especially new growers, really worry about these cold snaps because they've never experienced it before. I've been growing palm trees outside in the garden for 35 years now. And so I've seen a lot of cold winters, and I know what really bad cold winters can do, especially when I lived on the mainland. So that's why I packed up all my stuff. I sold my place, packed up my stuff, and I moved here. I moved here when I was in my 20s. I had to get away from that because I could not relate to the colder winters anymore. I needed a better place to grow palm trees. So then I moved southwest
to the southern Gulf Islands. And you know what? There's no looking back. I look at the forecast today. Where I used to live in East, the temperature today there was minus, I think it was around minus 40 degrees Celsius, and it felt like minus 11 degrees Celsius with the cold Arctic outflow winds blowing. Here it is like night and day different. It's unbelievable. Ironically, the ice age. Equator would have to get hotter and anything subtropical would feel like tropical. Yes, it would. It does make a lot of places warmer too, I think. Yeah. So maybe we'll get warmer then. Got a little ice age research. Cool. Equator would get hotter. Yeah, I haven't done any research, so you can't ask me. I always think of ice age as being really cold, right? I think of ice, I think cold. The ice age, like, isn't that how the dinosaurs? How did the dinosaurs die? Was it an asteroid or was it the ice age? What killed them? So ice glaciers could be 12,000 feet thick. Could you imagine that? Have you guys ever seen a glacier? I got videos of glaciers I've shot when I was up in Alaska calving. Okay, so they're either on this channel or my other channel. And the last time I was up in Alaska was the summer of 2012, and I was there watching the glaciers calving and busting off into the ocean. Sounds like thunder. Okay, Palmy pal, you have a great night. Thanks for coming in there. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to have to shoot a video of my dinky cars so you can see all my Hot Wheels. Recently, a cold front has hit Hawaii. Cool and dry. Well, you know what, Jane? Cool and dry as dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure that it was, right? Uh-oh, I'm trying to hang in there for you guys. I'm going to try to go for an hour. If I can't make it for an hour, I apologize. It just means the connection died out. So our B&B guest isn't here right now. He goes away for a few days and he comes back to work, so he stays at the B&B. But when he's here, I can't really do the live streams. So yeah. Anyway, I'm on my other computer right now, and like I say, it is on Jungle Joe C. And sometimes it is kind of fun just to break it up and do it on this channel once in a blue moon. So is the clarity okay? How is the visual? Is okay? Is it clear? Did you find it clearer on this computer than the other one? This is a newer computer. You know, it is a Lenovo, and it is newer than my old Toshiba. Temperature going down. So, okay, guys, here's a link to there's our forecast right here. If any of you guys are interested, right there. There's our forecast for the Southern Gulf Islands. I need to work on making a garden look more tropical in a few weeks. This blast is over. Yeah, cool. Well, I was up at Scotty's today after work, and he was planting palm trees, planting so many palm trees up there. It looks awesome. He had the like I said, a bunch of the boxwoods ripped out and more palm trees because he brought that truck of palms over, so truckload of them. So he's planting them. He is planting them. I want to see what the temperature tonight. Tonight we are -2. Tonight, so in the morning, it says we may get to -2 degrees Celsius, something like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like I say, it just depends where you live on Salt Spring Island. It could be -6, it could be -2, it could be -4. It depends where you are, right? And that's within a short drive. You can drive through those temperatures. No, you can plant them here year round. I plant them in every month of the year, and you're good here on Salt Spring Island. Trachycarpus palms, you can do it year round, and it's fine. I've never had a problem. 76 Jane Tang. Oh my God, 76 degrees. Oh, I'd be sitting out there just enjoying that warm weather. That's awesome. Gotta love the Hawaiian weather. It looks like some palms would be because the highest ice age temperature was 46. 46 Trachycarpus. No, doesn't bother. Well, he's not planting seedlings. The palms he's planting are like 15-gallon size palms, right? He's got gallon plant there, so no, it never bothers the seedlings here either. Never. We got seedlings all over the place. It doesn't matter how cold it gets, or just doesn't. It never gets cold enough here to bother Trachycarpus palms. Even the seedlings our cold frames are unheated. Camel. We have thousands of palm trees out there unheated in cold frames. Due to cold front, I had to buy hot cocoa. Oh, Jane, hot cocoa. Right on. I like hot cocoa. I haven't had it for a while. Cold wasn't. I had last night for dinner. Wendy says, let's go for buck a duck. So you go down to Moby's Marine Pub and you can buy duck wing rings. Hi, Martin. How's it going, buddy? Greetings. Bucket duck. So it's big duck wings. Oh, they're done in a sesame. It's an Asian style duck wing done that way. And a bucket ducks. So we bought 24 ducks for $4. And I had lunch today, and I had more for dinner tonight, Wendy and I. And then we had poutine. But the duck wings at Moby's, if you ever come to Salt Spring, bucket duck at Moby's. So that's only on Monday nights. And so we ordered it on the internet. And we went and we picked it up, and it was ready for us. We drove down there. It's about a 12-kilometer drive from here, 11, 12-kilometer drive south of here. Anyway, Martin, how's it going out there in the Netherlands? Hot cocoa is classic drink. Yes, it is. And same with hot soup, too. Camel, my family in Alexandria, because isn't that okay? It's true, Camel. When I'm in Hawaii, I see these Hawaiian dudes. I'm walking around in a t-shirt and they got big sweatshirts or jackets on. It gets upper 60s. It's so funny. It's how you get acclimatized. Like me, I can work outside in a stand field today and I feel fine. But if Jane came, she'd be freezing her hiney off. I recently bought a fungicide online. Which one is it, Jane? What type and what are you spraying? Are you spraying like powdery mildew? I'm guessing powdery mildew, right? I guess did you get powdery mildew there in Hawaii? That's actually powdery mildew is usually caused by, I don't know if you get that there. I like to screen out my neighbors with a few palms, but there's a small wood palms. Well, I tell you what, most people would think Trachycarpus wouldn't, but you see the ones that I grow in the ravine that are wet all the time. Well, why don't you try some bamboo? Why don't you try some bamboo in there, Martin? Bamboo works too. I don't think it wants waterlogged roots, but it can handle the moisture. You got to remember, waterlogging, it's more detrimental to a lot of plants than cold ever is. A lot of people lose plants from poor draining soil than cold. That kills them, right? Depends on the palm. Desert palms, no. Yeah, exactly. There are some palms that like wet. The problem is they probably are more suited for tropical climate. Monterey complete. Okay, cool. I've used Safer's fungicide on powdery mildew here. People told me that my palms would die. They're doing. Oh, cool. Well, you know what? And they'll probably do really well. Okay. You're growing Sable Minor, right? You grow needle palm. Sable Minor and needle palm are good ones to grow for you, and definitely try Trachycarpus. So I did send you some seeds. I sent you a bunch of seeds you're going to try. So I just can't believe how flippin' slow the male is. Like, it is really annoying how slow the male system is now because of what's going on in the world. I'd hate to be a bad neighbor and have bamboo wander. Hey, that's all right. They can dig it out and sell it. We can put a barrier. You can always put a barrier, like a plastic barrier. Bamboo usually runs about 21 inches deep, something like that. So put a barrier 2 feet deep in the ground. I'm sure your soil is perfect, so you can dig deep. But put a barrier, bamboo barrier. Windmill, cool, Logan. That's awesome. And what was your lowest temperature already? Did you say 5 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that? I never sprayed for powdery mildew because the plants they have a disease. Oh, cool. Yeah, because I was thinking Jane roses are susceptible to powdery mildew even in this climate. Okay, see you. Okay, see you, Camel. Thanks for popping in there, buddy, and come here in anytime. I'm glad you guys are on the live stream here because, like I said, White with Dreamy Eyes is here too. Dave's in here too. Dave, hey, how's everything up in Prince George today? I saw somebody sent me a picture of the thermometer the other day or the day before in Edmonton, and sure it said minus 36 or minus 37. It was pretty cold. It was pretty cold. So this morning we got down to just around, I'm going to say in Fahrenheit, just about 32 degrees. So we didn't go below zero. We got down to around 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Daytime temperature here today was just under 4 degrees Celsius. So I guess around high 30s. Our temperature, it was cool here too, but it wasn't frigid. It was nice, sunny and calm. Not all roses are susceptible. No. You know, a nice rose to grow, Jane, but I don't think it's going to grow there is Rugosa. Rugosa Blanc du Colbert. It's the white one. They're very fragrant. There's also the purpley ones. We grow them lots in the parks here because they're very disease resistant. It's called a Rugosa rose, Rugosa, and they're very, very hardy and not susceptible to diseases. We had minus 32 this morning, Colin. You are that is the toughest hardcore Canadian I know right there is Dave up in where he's in the central of BC, white with dreamy eyes. Warm days and damp. Yeah, it does. Jane, you're exactly right. Warm days and damp nights, it causes it, and it is common here. Our lowest heat temp could be probably maybe. Oh, the bad, Logan, not too bad. I know about Rugosa. They are from the far. Yeah. So, do they work in Hawaii or not? I'm guessing. I'm guessing probably not in Hawaii because it's too tropical there. But if you're on Maui, up country, they would probably work. They would probably work up country at a higher elevation. There's some nice ones growing in the park in town in Rotary Park, and they got these big. When they bloom, they got these big purple flowers on them. They get these beautiful rose hips, like a double rose, and they're singles too. Minus 22 right now. It's about 1 degree here right now on Salt Spring Island at this end of Salt Spring Island. Yeah, that's where Dave lives. It reminds us very well that we are in the Great White North. It is well, in Edmonton or Winnipeg, it's even colder, I'm sure, right? It's minus 22. So minus 22 degrees Celsius right now is below zero. They may work above 2,000. Yeah, Jane, I'm thinking that too. Yeah. Yeah. So most people would freeze to death where days, but once you get acclimatized to it, not a problem. And Logan, once it's Celsius or Fahrenheit, I don't think it really matters that low temperatures. I think it's all cold. It's cold. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 18 degrees Celsius, minus 0.8 degrees Celsius. 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what it is. So freezing is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is also 0 degrees Celsius. But 0 degrees Fahrenheit is a completely different thing. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 18 degrees Celsius. Yes, Logan, most people moving here in the winters, but yeah, it's just winter. You know what I mean? And you know what? It's probably good to get a cold winter. It kills a few of the bad bugs around. Get some other violets. Pride is a rose that is disease. And hey, Jane, is that a tropical rose? Like would that have a chance working here on Salt Spring Island? Wendy's the rose lady. Wendy loves roses. She's got roses planted in the garden. I planted years ago, but the deer ended up eating them all. So I kind of gave up on them. So now that we have a fence, we have roses. So Wendy's got roses in the fenced off area, which is they're doing good. She's got a bunch of different varieties of roses. So anyway, yeah, it's amazing. I've never seen any roses in Hawaii, but I know Jane grows them. Floribunda, that's lavender. It's a Floribunda, cool. Never mind, minus 30. There's still yeah, it's still pretty cold, Logan. Hey, Jane, do you know about David Austin roses? They're a British rose, and a lot of people grow David Austin roses here too, and they're quite a nice rose because they're a double, kind of a double flower on them, like almost like a peony, kind of like or a ranuncula, and they're really a nice rose. I like fragrant ones. If I'm going to grow a rose, I like something that's fragrant. And I like those green roses. You grow the green. I think you said you grow the green roses too, which are kind of cool. Yes, Logan, minus 32 degrees is pretty darn cold. I would not be able to grow any palm trees at minus 32 degrees Celsius. And well, look at Edmonton, Winnipeg, and everywhere in the east, it's very cold too. January last year, minus 47. Wow, that is cold. But you know what? There are colder places than that in Canada. There are colder places than that, Logan, believe it or not. Minus 47. I don't think my truck would start. I think my antifreeze would freeze in my truck. Yeah, it would freeze in my truck. Wow. How's the heating bill up there? How's the heating bill up there, Dave? Is it like you must have a very well insulated house? You'd have to, because ours is very insulated. We have 2x6 construction, and we heat with wood. I mean, it's warm in here right now. It's probably 24 degrees Celsius in here. Lewis rose fragrant. It looks like a pea. Oh, that sounds nice, Jane. Wow, that sounds like a beauty. It is super cold. Hey, he lives in the center of British Columbia, Logan. He's quite far north of me in the very center of British Columbia, a place called Prince George. Okay, so it's in the center. We're in the very extreme southwest corner of BC, off into the ocean here, and he's up in the middle of the province, right? I don't grow green rose, but I've seen others grow. Yeah, Not your style. Yeah, I think it looks kind of cool though. I've never seen anybody grow it, but I've seen pictures of it. You told me about it, and I looked it up. We're 54 degrees north. Yeah, which is quite a long ways from where we are. A long. I've never been up there. Maybe one of these days I got to check it out myself. It's British Columbia is a pretty big place with a lot of different climate zones. 54 degrees north latitude. See, we're 48 here. We're 48 degrees north latitude where we are. Yeah. Did you work outside today, Dave, or you work inside? I'm curious. I'm guessing you work inside because at that temperature, it'd be pretty hard to work outside. Dang, it's -9 in Prince George. Yeah, it gets pretty cold up there. They have real Canadian winters. Where Dave lives, they have real Canadian winters. Hey, how are you? That's really far north. I wouldn't be able to handle those. You'd have to get used to it, Paul, USA. You have to get acclimatized. I talked to a guy from Ontario that moved to Salt Spring Island a while ago, and I was talking to him today, and he says, yeah, no, he's acclimatized to this now, and he could never go back to it. The same latitude as Moscow. Yes, Joe, come on up. Cool. Go inside. Oh, you did? Yeah, I was outside today, Dave. It was great. I totally enjoyed it. I was outside all day today, and I had a great day. It was dry. It was sun. I'm going to do another live stream this week. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, if I'm not at work, hopefully I can catch it. Oh, there goes my connection. I want to at least make it to 1 hour. Come on. Bad connection. See, it just lagged. I want to at least make it 1 hour before I sign off with you guys. So we did a 1 hour live stream on Jungle Joe C. But Palms USA, hopefully I can catch your live stream. I work 5 days a week, and I'm off work at 3, but I get home at about 3:15. But by the time I get in the house after being at the gym and stuff like that, going to the gym, it's usually around after 4 because I get gym, wood. I got a whole bunch of stuff I do when I get home. Hope the live stream. Awesome. On the national wall. Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool. Right on. I'd like to see that. Well, hopefully I can catch it. That would be nice. Palms. Yeah, you got some good videos happening there. Some cool palms in DC. Going to Richmond, Virginia this weekend. Oh, cool. Awesome. That's palms there too. I work both inside and outside today. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cold out there, man. You'd have to really dress for it. I was planing park benches today, and then I stained them. I put a really nice stain on them. It's called Lifetime, and Lifetime is a natural wood stain. So you do it once, you really don't have to do it again. And so that's what we did today. Took the old stain off, run them through a planer. The arms on an angle, I put through a jointer, and we're busy redoing benches, park signs, but we do it right outside in the park's yard. It was absolutely a gorgeous day. I will take this weather right through the winter time over our rain we usually get. Winter months here are so flippin' wet, so, and working out in the rain isn't that much fun all the time. But, the last couple of weeks have been really dry. And now we got this polar express thing coming. So we may end up getting some snow out of it too, because what often happens, we get this cloud air come down from Alaska. And if it does cloud over, we got this warm, moist Pacific air that mixes with that cold, dry Alaskan air, and then we do get snow. So as it starts to warm up, that's when we usually get the snow. So stay for snow videos if it happens. Forklifts were broken down today. My coworker and I had to do something. Oh, no. Is that right, eh? Ooh, that would have been cold. Man, you got to wear good gloves so you don't freeze your fingers off, or mittens. I couldn't survive the cold. Yeah, California's got nice winters. This is about as cold as I can handle. Salt Spring Island. I mean, I did come from the mainland. I was born in Vancouver, and then I moved to Lulu Island, and then to South Langley, the southwest corner of Langley. Langley's a lot colder than here in the wintertime, but it's still not that bad. There are lots of palm trees out there. So I know if you see palm trees, you know the winters aren't that bad, right? So anyway, it looks like I made it to an hour. This is good. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to go for maybe a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to sign off with you fine people. And California would be too hot for me. I like northern coastal California is pretty nice too. You know where I really love? Up to Brookings, Oregon, and check out the stuff you will see there will blow you away. It's Zone 9B. It's just unbelievable the stuff they grow there. And you know what? Maybe one day you will, Dave, live in Lytton.
If you think about it, things happen. You create your own reality. I thought about moving to Salt Spring Island, and one day when I retired, and I moved here a long time ago, I said, you know what, that's it. I had an opportunity to move here, and I did. So I've been here. It's like humidity, but I don't mind the heat. Yeah. So Brookings, Oregon, you wouldn't get the humidity in the summertime. It's really nice. When I was in the summertime, it was 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It gets pretty, you can get pretty warm there too. Our eucalyptus trees that are going to be cut down. If the weather is permitting, they will be cut down not tomorrow, but the next day. Our eucalyptus trees are going. This is true. Things do happen, Dave. Things do happen. Sounds like a cool tree, Jane. Yeah, the summers here, Palms, USA, are dry and low humidity. We don't have the high humidity. And you know, high humidity is one thing that would kill me. High humidity all the time would just kill me, man. I couldn't work in it. Were you? No, I was in my 20s. I was in my 20s when I moved here, Toby Josh. Yeah. So you know what? I was planning on moving here when I retired. Well, my mom and dad wanted to move here. Like my mom and dad bought here in 1978, and they actually put our house for sale on the mainland in 1982. They wanted to move here in 82, and I talked them out of it because I didn't want to move here when I was younger. They're just Salt Spring Island. There wasn't enough to do for me on Salt Spring Island. I said, no, I don't want to move to Salt Spring Island. Not then, not when I was 17, 18 years old. But now I love it here. It's awesome. Is Redding, California, the northernmost city in Western Hemisphere? Yeah, I stayed in Red Bluff. I went through Redding and I stayed in Red Bluff, and there's lots of palm. There's Washingtonias there too. Yeah, it's nice. It gets hot there. I have never seen any in Brookings, Oregon. Oh, dactylifera. I'll tell you what I see in Brookings, Oregon. Massive date palms all over. Phoenix canariensis, Washingtonia robusta everywhere. Norfolk Island pines, huge Yucca gigantea. Washingtonia foliifera, I've seen growing there. Cyagrus romanzophiana, there's queen palms. There's king palm that grows there. It's amazing what grows. There's citrus. You will be driving around and you will see citrus trees growing in people's yards with fruit on them. Tibucina. I saw a tibucina in a guy's yard. Just Brookings is unbelievable, man. I like Brookings so much because people don't expect to see that there. California, you expect to see palm trees in most places, but Brookings, Oregon. I heard about Brookings back in the 1980s. A buddy of mine went there and he says, Joe, you got to go to Brookings. There's a lot of palm trees there. And he sent me pictures of date palms, right? Pictures he took of them. And I went down there in 2004, I think it was. It was 2004. We took the kid down there. It was absolutely unreal. It was 90 degrees. We were down there. It was hot. And there are flipping huge date palms everywhere. And I'm not talking pint size. I'm talking massive date palms. I love Brookings. Yeah, I do. And I like Lytton too, but I haven't been for a long time. But if I could live in the States, I'd like Brookings, Oregon. I think Northern California, I really like too. But Los Angeles would be just way too busy for me. I wouldn't want to live in a big, busy place. Or in the Hawaiian Islands. Metro Sideros polymorpha is ohia tree. Ohia tree. Cool. Interesting. Ohia tree, Jane says. And it sounds like a nice one too. Yeah, so I want to go down to Brookings again when things open up again, when the borders are better. I mean, there's so many restrictions on where you can go these days and what you can do and what you can't do. And I don't like those restrictions. So I want to wait till everything gets back to normal, if it does get back to normal. And then I'd like to take a road trip with Wendy down to Brookings and shoot some good videos down there. I really would. I love the flora of the Oregon coast. All the way down the Oregon coast, you see really cool stuff. You really do. And we drive down. We usually actually take the ferry over from Victoria to Washington to Port Angeles, and then we drive down the coast. Polar blast has already moved back to Costa Rica, and it's not even. They actually have a polar blast in Costa Rica. I have a friend that lives there. Wow. Why is not in the USA, but according to ethnic Hawaiians? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know the Hawaiians. To the ethnic Hawaiians. That is true. The blast already. Yeah, we haven't got the polar blast here yet. I think it's coming in more in a couple of days here to the Gulf Islands. So we're gonna have to see what happens. Anyway, we'll make for some interesting videos, folks. So stay tuned for some winter type videos from Salt Spring Island. Right? It's free entertainment. So you're going to see what it's like here in really cold weather. And then you're going to see what those Swampsonii are doing. I found some edible fungi. Well, oh, did you? Cool. Oh, if you like mushrooms, there's tons of mushrooms here. There is chanterelles. There's lobster mushrooms. There's pine mushrooms in places. Shaggy manes. There's so many different mushrooms here. Oh, thanks, Palms US, for coming in. Like it was a last minute thing. I wasn't expecting to do a live stream, and I thought most of you guys would maybe be sleeping or doing something else. So anyway, thank you guys for coming into the live stream on Jungle Joe C. And I'm going to back out of here soon, and maybe throw a few more pics on Instagram. I put a bunch of palmy pics on Instagram today. It's Tremella fusiformis, the snow fungus. Is it yummy? I wonder. Oh, you like that one? You know what that means up there, folks? What does that mean? Jane, what does that mean right there? You know what this means, right? All you guys know that this means. I have a tattoo of that on me, but the tattoo I have on me is, I'll show you. Let's just see. Is it on that arm? No, it's not on that arm. I lose track of what I got here. Hang on. Maybe it's on this arm. I don't know where it is. Maybe it is on that arm. Oh, there it is. It's right there. It's in Chinese writing on that arm. Yin and yang. Yes, Jane. Jane got it's yin and yang. And when you're yin and yang or in equilibrium, it can govern your moral and physical health, right? Isn't that the way it works? Right? So they're two opposing forces, yin and yang. So that's what it is. I think we were both right on. I have a goofy sense of humor. And thanks for the hat. Thanks for the comment on the hat. It was a cheap hat. I didn't pay much for it. Yeah, Jane lives in the balmiest and palmiest climate of all. She lives in Hawaii. And I don't know if I'm going to be going to Hawaii again this year. I'm going to be hanging around here on Salt Spring Island. Yeah, so are my brother and sister. Yeah, I only have a sister. Let's just see. I'm just reading your comments here. Yeah, Jane's climate is the best. It really is. I mean, if you guys have never been to Hawaii before, the climate is perfect. We're building a treehouse. Toby Josh. Right on. Treehouses were fun. I think I had one when I was a kid. When things get better, I need to go back. It's killing me that I can't go back right now. Yes, exactly. Be happy with what you have. I am grateful for where I live and what I have, and I never take it for granted here. I really don't. Salt Spring Island is a very good place. I never take this for granted. I never take the climate for granted. I'm happy here. We got ocean around us. We got 11 freshwater lakes. We got lots of hiking, mountains for hiking, and winters aren't that bad. So I can grow lots of different types of palms here. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. You know what I mean? But I'm also happy when I'm in Hawaii. I just love the moment I land at the airport in Hawaii and I step out and feel that warm tropical air, and I smell, sometimes you can smell the tropical flora, right? And I miss that. It's just like last year we didn't go. I don't think we're going to be going this year again just because of all the stuff. It's like, looks like 2021 is not, it's kind of like the same as 2020. So yeah, and we get 4 seasons here. Really, we get 2 seasons, but it's wet and dry season. But I mean, it's compared to Hawaii, it's 4 seasons, right? So anyway, it's all good. It's all good. We just be happy with what we have, like Dave says. You know what I mean? And because I mean, if you lived in Hawaii, maybe you want something even better than that. Maybe you want to live in Singapore. Maybe you want to live in the equator. You know what I mean? I'm sure Jane's happy where she is. She can grow what she wants, right? And being a gardener, I always look at the climate too. It's like, oh, Hawaii, the things I could grow there. If I had 5 acres in Hawaii, I could grow coconuts, guavas, everything, man. It'd be just absolutely awesome. So anyway, guys, I should back out of here because I do have to work tomorrow. I got to get up before 5 o'clock, and I got to do a few things. So I'm going to say adios, which is Mexican, and then I'm going to say aloha. DC forests look kind of ugly in winter. All tree, yeah, that's the thing here. They're not. It is so green here, Palm. It doesn't look any different here in the winter than it does in the summer. except it's cooler, but it's always green. It's always green because we have coniferous and broadleaf evergreens in our forest. So it's Pacific madrona trees and conifers. So it's always very, very green in the wintertime. And you are funny because I've seen your videos, Dave, and you are a funny guy, and funny is good. Palm trees are sometimes greener on the other side of the border. That's true. Like the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. It's in the neighborhood, but forests are bare. Yeah, see, our forests are they just look the same. Osmanthus fragrans is uh evergreen. We can grow that here. Osmanthus fragrans. We have Osmanthus burkwoodii. I think we can grow Osmanthus fragrans here. Yeah, for sure. I love that. I love those plants. You know what's really fragrant in our garden right now is Sarcococa ruscifolia. Himalayan sweet box are blooming right now, and it is so sweet. When you walk around the front by the B&B, we have some in the back courtyard too. It's evergreen. It's a broadleaf evergreen, but it's got these super exotic little flowers on it and super sweet scented. I remember palm. Yeah, I don't mind conifers. I mean, we have big redwoods in our garden too, big coast redwoods and Sequoiadendron giganteum. And we have some pines that I planted years ago when they were saplings. Native pine, we have one of those. We have Cedrus deodora, planted years ago. Long needle pine, Mexican long needle pine, got long needles on it. So there's a bunch of conifers here as well. We also have monkey puzzles and China fir, which just about got clocked by a eucalyptus branch in the snow there on December 20th, but it's still going strong. Anyway, guys, I better run. I got to get out of here. Cherry blossoms are not evergreen, even in mild climates. No, they're not. And cherry trees are blooming here, Jane. They've been blooming here for a while. They are in full bloom, the ornamental cherries. So, yeah. Well, you'll like it here if you like coniferous forest palms USA, because it is when you go for a hike here, man, you're walking through conifers, giant towering conifers. Some trees are 700 years old. So it's pretty cool to walk through the forest here. It's pretty nice. There's it's like I say, and then the vegetation that grows in there is also evergreen too. So you got broadleaf evergreens as the forest canopy floor. You have salal, Oregon grape, Oregon box, understory. So it's just green everywhere. You look up, it's green, and you look on the forest floor, and it's all green. And yes, Dave is a BC boy, born in Vancouver, right? I'm born in Vancouver as well. I'm a BC boy. All right, guys, I'm going to back on out of here. I'm going to say aloha. Thank you, everybody, for joining in the live stream. It was totally awesome of you to come in. I will do one on Saturday. And maybe it'll be snowing or something Saturday. That'd be kind of cool. Walk around the yard with the Wendy's iPhone. Alaska has the largest range of USA artists on any. That's cool. Yeah, they do. That's crazy, isn't it? Alaska. It's a beautiful place. Okay, Jane, thank you so much for coming in. Palms USA, thank you so much for coming in. White with dreamy eyes, thank you. Toby Josh, cheers to you. And Sam that was in there, cheers to you. Martin from the Netherlands, cheers to you. Did I miss anybody? Logan. I don't know if Logan. I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Thanks, guys, for popping in there. And my next live stream will be on Banana JSSI, and hopefully the connection will be okay. So have a great night, everybody, and stay warm wherever you are. Jinx need to stay warm because she's in the tropics. But everybody else, if you're in a cold place like me, stay warm. All right, and I'll keep you updated on the weather here. So tomorrow I will do another video. I'll post it on this one or that one, and on either channel. So you'll convene, and I will. I'll do a video of the Swampsonii on the coldest day. If it gets down to -5, go down there, and we'll shoot a video of the Swampsonii. Okay, guys, take care. Cheers to you.